Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Vagran Gaming. We've got Ancient Hypergate here with our Virulence Sniper. But instead of going strictly by the gameplay, I just want to chat for a little bit about some of the stuff that went on in this match and just my personal feelings about PvP in general. So, I was able to do a lot of damage in this match, and a big part of it was I was completely, well, not completely ignored, but for the most part I got ignored. And a big part of that was someone in my team and someone on the other team started getting to this ridiculous argument about whether or not you should be getting help from teammates during fights. That's just the Cliff Note version. There was a lot more to it than that, but it's honestly just not worth getting into. In the end of the day, a lot of the conflict started up about someone saying, oh, you needed help from your healer and the other person to beat me. And it got me thinking, see, the way I've always viewed PvP is it's 8v8 and it's based on objectives. You're supposed to help your team. If you're not working with your team, odds are the match isn't going to go very well. Like, we had a couple of people running our pylon, but we were able to deal with them, and now we're coming back to mid, and we did it by working together. Some players seem to have this notion that PvP is all about a series of 1v1s for some reason, and I just don't at all understand that outlook. I mean, you've got objectives, like, say, for example, on a Hypergate. Yes, you get points from kills, but you also need to cap your pylon, you need to keep it, and you can also boost your score by grabbing orbs and running them to your pylon. So between those different points, there's a bunch of different ways that you can keep raising your score by going after those different objectives. And to do all that through a series of 1v1s is kind of absurd. But some people, for whatever reason, seem to think that you're supposed to just get in there, fight somebody one-on-one, and if you can't do that, then you're a bad player. Which is odd, because, I mean, of all the matches that I've played, the best ones was, like, whoever wins, typically, is the team that works the best together. Whether it's coincidentally or by design. Like, some matches, there have been teams that can do a ton of damage. And I've been on teams where we were severely outgunned. Like, they just had better DPS players than the other team, or they had a better healer, or whatever. But we were still able to win because we focused the objectives as a team. So, I don't think the argument had started yet at this point. We're still in the early stages of the match. And we're a little bit ahead. I think the couple of kills that we got next to our pylon gave us a little bit of a boost in the score, if I'm understanding the mechanics correctly. That end, it doesn't hurt that we have Malinor with us, who is an incredible healer. She sometimes plays on Malus, and I've talked her up a bunch of times. She's pretty good. And I've gotten, not great, but decent at my sniper, so I can put out some reasonable damage. So, like, when we work together, we're able to do some pretty good things. So, for example, someone capped our pylon, but we've got two people there that are all gunning down on the same guy. We got him, and now, unfortunately, there's another one, looks like a Juggernaut. So Wardrum shoves him back. They tried to stun him, but they weren't quite able to make it work. And this whole time, fortunately, I'm ranged, so I'm just kind of shooting away. So, I mean, we're going to have to work as a team to get our pylon back. It's not like we're going to go, all right, we're going to duel you one at a time until we get it back. That's just insanity. So, I don't understand that notion. I mean, I guess some people are PvP for the wrong reasons. Like, for them, it's like an ego trip about who's better than who. I do it because I genuinely enjoy, like, objective-based Warzones. Like, I like getting an arena every now and then just because it's good practice as far as, like, am I doing suitable damage on my character? But they're not my favorite. Like, the rush of, like, scoring in Huckball or planting a bomb in a Void Star, like, I love that feeling. It's, like, the best. So, like, I just genuinely enjoy the objectives better. So, like, we got our pylon back. That's good, and we've got a decent lead. We got a bunch of kills nearby our pylon. But right now, a bunch of us are kind of on the fringes, but Okay, good. It's starting to shift, and we're starting to push our way in. So now that we've pushed our way in, can we get a foothold on the center? Which, you know, there's a lot of people swinging away. Looks like they've got a couple of mercenaries there pumping up some damage. They've got a healer. And it looks like I'm going to start trying to get on that healer with our assassin over there. I can't read that name. Alright, War Drums jumped in to help. He's pretty good. I think he's running as a shank tank. I'm not positive how he gears his tank out, though. I'm pretty sure he's got a decent amount of DPS pieces in there. So, the healer's down, and once if there's only one healer on the team, once they go down, that'll give you a definite edge when you're trying to work things out in mid. So it looks like we pretty much pushed him down to one man, and now the tide's just kind of following that last person out. We're just pushing him out. So I don't think too many people were running orbs, at least not this time around. But if we were to run orbs, we'd have a definite edge on that, because it looks like we've pretty much shoved everybody out of center. So we're starting to push them even further towards their pylon, and it looks like we haven't capped one yet. They probably ran some interference towards ours. I was trying to stick close to my group at the time, but then when I looked up and noticed, hey, wait, we don't have a pylon, that's when I stopped and started running back. And I was kind of wishing that I was playing my Sentinel or something, just because I can pop the Transcendence and whatnot and get a nice speed buff. So by the time I got back there, it looks like there's one guy whose health is pretty much gone, so I didn't have to do a ton. Although, now the Juggernaut showed up, and then I was like, alright, good, now I can actually do something while I'm here. I hate, like, getting to a spot late, and then it's like, oh, I should have gotten here sooner, because now I can't do anything. And a quick note there, he popped his Reflect, and I just kept shooting him through it. I've talked about this before, but just in case you're new or to checking out the sniper videos, the way that their Reflect works is it'll bump back the single target damage. But the thing is with Cull, it does weapon damage, but it also triggers your dots. So the weapon damage from you firing will absolutely get bounced back at you, but it will still trigger your dots, and that damage will not get reflected by the Juggernaut or Guardian's Reflect. So, whereas on pretty much every other class I'm playing, and every other like specialization, once they hit their Reflect, I'll switch to AoEs, but 9 times out of 10, if I'm on a Virulence Sniper, I'm just going to like, and I'll just keep shooting right through it. It's just, because like, you know how you learn through experience, and like the first time my Cull got bounced back in my face, I was like, I'm not really eating that much damage, and he's still getting hurt from my dots being triggered, so yeah, I'm just going to keep going. Like, it's something that I think the first or second time, I was like, it's bouncing back, I should stop. But then, I was like, wait, why bother? So, like that time I switched to an AoE, but that was partially because I thought I could catch somebody else. And, I've said it before, but I love Cull. It is so much fun seeing all those numbers pop off, like the white and the yellow numbers. I love that. Never gets old. So, I should probably, like, double check his gear and try to use him a bit more. I haven't played my Gunslinger on my Sniper in a little bit. I've been trying to learn how to play watching Sentinel, and while that's been a lot of fun, might be time to drop back. But anyway, I think around now is when the bickering started, and I get sucked into it once every blue moon. I try to avoid it, because honestly, the time you're spending tapping keys to like yell at someone is time better spent tapping keys to use your abilities, unless of course you're stunned and you type fast. Because like, especially when you're bickering with someone on your own team, you're just wasting your time, because honestly, if anything, that aggression should be saved for the other side. Like, I usually do a decent job of ignoring it. Once every blue moon, someone will actually get under my skin, and I'll reply a couple of times. And then I'll usually just be like, no, this is a waste of my time. I'll just put them on ignore, and that'll be the end of it. But, yeah, like, around now is when someone on my team, someone on their team started bickering about... basically, you only beat me because you had one person helping you and a healer. But, like, I know, if you're a healer in a war zone, like, oh wait, it's unfair if I heal my teammates. That doesn't make any sense. Like, I don't get that. Like, I was in one match where we happened to have lost, not a big deal, and somebody on the team was like, yeah, you guys had 3 healers and you still lost. And I looked at the scoreboard and I'm like, oh, that's interesting. They had 4. And he's trash talking us about having healers. Interesting. Like, I mean, look, there's a certain random element as far as who's going to be in the war zone. And people are paying their subscriptions or paying for their computers or whatever, you know, like, everyone gets to play what they want, you know? And you might not like a composition you run up against, but you don't really have any authority or any right to tell people what they can and can't play. And even in that case, healers are going to heal. It's what they do, you know? It's not cheating. But then again, like, that goes back to what I was saying earlier about this whole thing about this belief that PvP, especially in 8v8, is about a series of 1v1s. I don't understand that at all. Like, I don't know if I'm the only person that feels this way, but I think you fundamentally misunderstand PvP if you think it's all about 1v1s. Like, if you manage to beat someone one-on-one, great. You were better than them in that moment. Congratulations. But I mean, there's objectives, you know, man. You gotta get those objectives. So that was my rant. And, you know, my damage was decent, so I'm fairly proud of my performance in this one. So hope you guys enjoyed it. You know, all that good stuff. Share, rate, comment, subscribe. And honestly, like, let me know what you guys think. You know, is this all about 1v1s? Is it all about the damage, you know, objectives? Like, what do you guys go for in PvP? I'd love to read what you guys think about it. Alright, that's it for me. I'll catch you all next time.